Okay, coming to you here with Babs, one of the many incredible organisers for the Dalmatia Cup this year. The primary organiser for Dalmatia Cup this year. Babs, if you could say one thing to the great people at home about the Dalmatia Cup, what would you say?
Say that again, sorry.
If you could say one thing to people at home about the Dalmatia Cup, what would you say?
You're missing out. You should be here. Come next year.
Short and sweet from Babs. Unbelievable stuff.
We might have 3 fields next year.
We might have 3 fields next year. Huge.
So you never know until you actually show up and start. So we'll see.
Yeah, take that, Balkans. Unbelievable stuff once again.
Flexible here. Very flexible.
Unbelievable stuff coming to you once again. Dalmatia Lacrosse Cup here in Split, Croatia. Unbelievable sun, unbelievable vibes, cheap beer. If you aren't booking your flights to Croatia right now, what are you doing? Babs, one last thing to say to the people at home?
Tell your friends they should be watching online right now and come next year.
Thanks, Babs.
Markus, komm! Bleib erstmal! Wenn er nicht reingeht, dann soll er jetzt auch von sehr gut. Vorne schön wieder. Super schön. Okay, sehr schön. Run it! Nice, Tommy! Oh, Janik! Push it, push it!
Welcome back to the final day of Dalmatia Cup 2 2022 here in Split, Croatia. We are live. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. We're 4 minutes into this. This is the game for 5th place between Munich from Munich and Archers from Archer. I mean Latvia. Probably Riga. It could be another place in Latvia, but to be honest, Don't know any other cities in Latvia. I'm pretty sure it's Riga. Riga. The Latvians. They are there. This is a heavyweight matchup. We've got some big bodies on the field today. Big guys. Munich currently leading 1-0. We've got beautiful weather here today in Split. Had a little bit of rain yesterday, but the sun came out towards the end, even had a rainbow over the field, so it's been a great day here at the Dalmatia Cup as usual. Forecast definitely wasn't looking good last week when all the teams were making their way here to Croatia, but as per usual, the sun will come out tomorrow. Loose ball picked up by number 4, Dominic Nitch. Over the head check from Zach. Big ground ball. Loose ball right here in front of the bench. Goes through 2 bodies. Ball knocked loose. Wrap check. Ball still loose. Indian pickup. Native American pickup, sorry. And Munich comes up with the ball in transition. Zach, what's your last name?
Yeah.
No, not you.
Me?
No, not you.
Why are you asking them?
Zach, number 5. Well, not you.
Well, you looked at me and said something that sounded...
No, you can't see my eyes because of my sunglasses that I found in the lost and found box.
Yeah, they're a bit wonky.
Super what?
They're a bit wonky.
No, that's my face, guys. That's how my face looks.
They're like bent.
Well, you know, maybe that's why they're in the lost and found box, but they fit my face perfectly.
Yeah, you're wonky face. Who's winning?
Munich up 1-0 on Archers Latvia. Dodge from X, feet up top. Back to the middle. Big 6 shot from number 16, Nicky Krumrein. Doesn't get through. Former player of mine from Tübingen in the south of Germany, Baden-Württemberg. Long pass from X to the wing, goes wide. Cornelius, Dr. Wachter. Dr. Wachter. I think he is a doctor. Somebody might need a doctor after this game.
Beide Topside.
Archers on the dodge looking for their first goal. Big save by Munich goalie Hector. I don't know his last name. Backhand shovel shot off the pipe, rolls up top, picked up by Archer. They'll get another chance. Ronnie coming to the box for a sub, our favorite Latvian in Slovenia. He is our favorite, though. We stayed at his house. Him and his beautiful wife, Linda, visiting us here in Croatia. So, also nice to have them. Dodgers alley, Archer alley dodge down the side. Big shot from number 6. Is that Mix to Bulniak? Is 6 Mix? It would make a lot of sense if 6 was Mix because they rhymes. Big goal. Archer's on the board. Number 6 Mix. Number 6 Mix. It's 1-1 here. Nick Ocello, are you taking over for me?
Yeah.
Nick Ocello. Ladies and gentlemen, taking over the commentary for me here is Nick Ocello from Munich High School.
I've prepared my notes. I've read the scouting report. The Archers, every one of them is about 6'5", looks like they eat rocks for breakfast. Fantastic. And how do I pronounce the white name? I don't want to... Munchen. Because I almost said München, but that wouldn't have been right. Munchen looks like the shorter, quicker, shiftier team. And right off the face-off, we have a push from behind, a push from Munchen, pushing over an Archers player. Surely a surprise given the size difference that we see very prevalent here. I'm excited to see how this Archers team leverages their size. We have number 3, and I apologize in advance. I haven't done my notes, so I don't know the name, so you're going to have to deal with the numbers. But that's okay. That's what you get. That's why we're streaming it live on YouTube for free. You don't like it? Pay us. And number 5 getting ready to set up right here. Looks like he's a right-handed player. Wouldn't be surprised to see a hitch right there. And a shot. Oh, my goodness. Top left pipe goes right in. That quick hitch step. He set it up beautifully. Now, if you're watching from home, look at how he set up that dodge. He got his defenseman moving towards GLE before he made that jab step back to the middle. Sidearm three-quarter release on a left-handed goalie. That's very hard to be going across and catch it right back. So that's a phenomenal shot. But again, I'd like to call out that quick jab step. Set up beautifully, set up masterfully, and we have a 2-1 lead for the Archers right here as we prepare for the next face-off.
Goal when it went in.
Very good point. I did not talk about the power. That thing was in what we call piss missile territory. That's what we call it in the States.
It was a rocket for sure, yeah.
What's been going on? How did it get to 2-1? It looks like we have triple team that's escaped by number 15, but talk to me about what was going on in the first couple goals.
I think it's been back and forth. I think Munich might have gone one up. I'm not too sure. But I wasn't here either, so we're both in the dark here. And this is going.
Got it. I was going to try and give a little recap for the people at home, but looks like
March asked about.
no worries. We'll get that in a little bit as we see a bit of a force dodge. I'll say it, bit of a force dodge right there. And this will be München's first chance at a clearing opportunity in a little bit. Looks like they're taking patient as a bit of a wild pass, but safely. And I got to say, number 21 for München has been one of the stars of the tournament. He's quick, he's shifty, he has a bag that is pretty well developed. One of the better players that I've seen here. So keep your eye on 21. He's absolutely a threat. Looks like the Archers know that and put a pull out on him. As München sets up. And a force feed to the middle results in what should be a turnover. There we go, a turnover. Now it's in the goalie's stick. Honestly, it looks like they were setting up for something a little bit more than just a feed to the crease. Wouldn't be surprised if coach is talking to them about patience on the bench right here. As we see a Copenhagen Good Boys helmet on the turnover. See if they can execute on the ground ball. And even though that was potentially a turnover for the Archers, it is going to be off-white and stay Archers ball as they get a chance at redemption for the clear. You were tuning into the Dalmatian Cup. Thank you very much. As we see a turnover, number 7 feeds it to number 11, who winds up, shoots it just over the cage. Interesting shot placement when the goalie looks like he's about 20 feet tall. No, he's kicking himself as that was a good open opportunity. And München settles in for another possession. Keeping in mind, last time they force-fed it to the crease for a turnover. Let's see if they learn from their mistakes. As I've already called out number 21 on the far side right there as a player to watch. As we get ready for an initiation dodge. Goes right to right. Good slide. Feed inside. Feed outside. Ooh, bit of a hack right there on the crease. But good patience. Again, learning from their mistakes. Last time they force-fed, and now that dodge results in a decent look, but not one that they are confident in taking as they set up an isolation dodge from the low left side. Number 7 is a bull in a china shop. Look for him to literally just run right into everybody, draws the double, moves it one more time for a hitch. Low to high, stick side. Good offensive movement as we have two bodies banging. Good offensive movement from München right there as number 25 for the Archers, who good luck stopping him when he gets ahead of steam. Feeds it down low, looks for the skip pass. Shot just wide, but good movement. On that low right side, that skip pass is lethal, particularly to a left-handed player that's cutting. That is exactly the kind of execution that you want to see. What are you expecting as far as, kind of maybe some adjustments that each team can make?
I think with München, I think they could do a bit more in going a bit faster. They've settled it down, which is good, and they've been patient, but they really need to make this defense move. Archers have got a very strong team, so they need to move that ball faster if they want to get anything going in attack.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. As München has a chance to do just that as they settle in. Move it around. There's 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Let's see if there's any fireworks here in the last minute. As 21 splits right to left, passes it down low for a shot that is good. Eats from that defender, gets right in the middle, and we have a flag. Looks like that's going to be a slash. An unsportsmanlike conduct, not a slash, pardon me.
I think it came from the ball had gone, and he checks the guy who was taking a shot with the stick, and that's why they've called unsportsmanlike for that one.
Got it. This is a dear friend of mine. Do you agree with that call?
Hey guys, actually I shouldn't be commenting on anything. I'm not. My supervisor is watching.
Okay, got it. His supervisor's watching. We're not trying to get anybody in trouble here. That's the last thing we're doing at the Dalmatian Cup. Honestly, great restraint to be aware of the supervisor. As we settle in, and a skip pass is just a bit high, too difficult to handle, but that will do it for the half as the Archers 2 and Munchen 1. We have a 2-1 game. Archers taking the lead into halftime.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. You know, both teams really going at it. Some really good play. Not too many turnovers like we saw in some of the other games. Some really high quality lacrosse. It's very hot here in Split, in Croatia for the Dalmatia Cup. So both teams are going to be sweating it out for sure. So let's see how it shapes up in the second half.
Yeah, it all comes down to conditioning. And honestly, one of the biggest questions that I have, where did you get that beer? It looks delicious.
I got it from the little bar over there. Do you need to get you one?
I might need a beer as we go into the second half right here.
For sure. We'll be right back when we've got some fresh beers.
You're kidding. Just as we say that, we have a savior delivering a beer for the people at home. Please state your name.
Charlie Aubrey here to say two things. Nicosello, have some of that, and also we're up next on the spike ball when this game dies.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been hearing that for 3 days straight. I've been wanting to be a spike ball partner for 3 days, and he keeps saying we're up next. So, you know what? After this game, I guarantee that I'm up next. But thank you very much for the beer. And just give me a prediction. What do we got? Who do you think takes it home? Takes home this?
We got two things, right? We got Germans, strange. We got Latvians, angry. What's better, strange or angry in this scenario? Who could say? What's the score right now, Nick?
2-1 Archers.
2-1. I would say Archers potentially the favorite because they've scored more goals, you know?
That's brilliant and beautiful insight. You might have a future career in this, young man. Keeping in mind, Archers is a PLL team that would celebrate going up at halftime. They would probably be popping champagne in the locker room as their halftime adjustment. But the Archers team in Europe is Latvian, and it seems like the Latvian team is focused and dialed. Although they start man down, they're starting man down. You're the OGs? All right. And we start number 21 on the low right side. 55 or 45 seconds, depending on who you ask. The conversion rates are tough here.
Yeah. The time's really taken a crash, you know, in the markets.
Yeah, you look at the stock market, no one knows how much time's left on the penalty. As 55 lines up to take a shot and buries it low. Learning from the past shots, goes instead of high, buries it stick side low on a very tall goalie that just missed it by about 1 inch.
Yeah, you got to say, you probably should do better stick size there. It is hard, that hip is that little grey area in the middle, where it's always difficult for goalies, but a great shot from 5-5.
And special report, number 55 who just scored, his name is Tim Wunderlich, which translates roughly to Tim Wonderful. And I got to say, what an appropriate name after such a wonderful shot. As we gear up for the face-off, Tim Wunderlich, that's a fantastic name.
Oh, you got to love a good name like that, you know. Always makes the game better when players have great names to commentate on.
As number 13 of the Archers gains possession, gets it out of his stick as the Archers prepare for a clear. Good hustle by München right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's great hustle from München, but I've got to say, I'm not sure I've seen a team win a face-off and end up behind their own goal so quickly. It's really a bizarre strategy, you know. But it's kind of working out. They've still got the ball. They're bringing it up. The key here is they got it to a short stick, and this man has got wheels. He's about 6'7", and it's just burning everyone for pace. And now they've got the ball in their attack, and they're on the way.
And the München ride could be paying off dividends as Archer's looking a little tired, but number 33 runs right by his defenseman, passes it, and what a save by the goalie. Stands tall, rises to the challenge, and slams the door on what was pretty much a one-on-one shot as the reset immediate feeds the crease, and what should have been an easy ground ball for München results in their possession, but a little wild right there as we saw the Archers colliding into themselves, which is always funny.
Yeah, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. You know, hitting your own teammate, it's not a great way to go.
I've personally never enjoyed hitting my own teammates unless they deserved it, as we have a flag down.
Is this offside? Who's offside?
Looks like we have an offsides. Even though the flag was on the field, that is just a simple change of possession, so it's not going to be a 30-second infraction. Because München had the ball and was offsides, that is just going to be a turnover.
Yeah, looks like they made a real mistake on the substitutions there. They had two guys coming off, and no one really knew where they were meant to be. And that's not a good turnover, but it doesn't matter anyway, because Archer have just turned it over again. It's like no one wants the ball today. Everyone's like, yeah, you have the ball, you have the ball.
You know, and I got to say, on Sunday, on a tournament where the beer flows like water, maybe to be expected. Maybe to be expected. You got to account for some of these errors.
Yeah, very true, very true. We all do love a good beer at these tournaments. And another turnover again.
I was going to say, I feel like the Friday and Saturday was perhaps taking its toll as the play has gotten a little sloppy. The sun's bright. It's hot. You know, maybe people are dehydrated. Maybe they weren't taking care of their bodies.
I was just about to say, the dehydration has got to be real right now. You're hungover, you know, when you've been partying all night and you've been on the beers and now the sun's hitting you. It is a one-way combo of dehydration.
And it looks like another turnover contributes to the sloppiness of this game. Looks like people are getting the shakes out there. In golfing terms, we call that the yips. Everybody out there is playing with the yips. Those easy passes becoming significantly less easy. I know that I've had the yips for about 5 years now, as München has a chance to settle in and dial it back in.
I thought the yips were normal. That just happens to me all the time, right? Is that just me?
Terminal yips. You've been diagnosed with the terminal yips.
Oh, boy. Well, that's not good for my lacrosse career.
Buddy, that's why we're sitting having a beer commentating. This is the place to be.
Yeah, that'll be why we're not in the finals. And these guys are.
55 takes his dodge, feeds inside. Great crease collapse by the Archers on what was a very dangerous pass. So credit to the Archers for jumping that.
That was an instant triple team. That was incredible. But
oh, what a save. Got to say, so that triple team collapsed. The Archers took a little bit to get reset and find their matchup, leaving a one-on-none. And the goalie standing on his head as 16 dodges in, and another feed on the inside. I was just talking about how well the Archers defense was organized, but that was 2 times in a row that they left someone wide open on the crease, and number 55 takes it home, dials it in with a nice low shot.
Yeah, you got to say that first time that same feed happened, they crashed. Second time it happened, there was nothing. And you can see the difference. There's a no goal in one and a save and a goal in the other. So that's the difference in being alert constantly. It's hard in this heat with the defense. You've got to be on it 100%. A small mistake like that and it's cost them a goal.
As we gear up for the next face-off. Another win. Let's see if they can get the momentum going forward, which they do. Good size differential as number 13 has the significant advantage over number 2. Number 2 being a scrappy player, making it difficult for the lives of the Archers as number 1 comes out of the box and gets ready for an Archers offensive possession. We haven't seen, a slow, settled possession for the Archers in a while.
No, we really haven't, and I think it's important for both teams to get some slow possessions in because there's so many turnovers, it's so back and forth. You really can't afford to take too many risks in this game.
Number 25 gears up for a dodge. Again, I would like to just call out that the size differential is massive as he beats the double. Goes in for the shot off of the goalie's helmet. But my goodness, when you're that big, you almost don't even have to dodge. You can just barrel right through as Munchen gets possession. Strike that as they turn it over for the Archers to gain possession at X and get a second chance at life.
I mean, that goal is so big, he might as well be playing box. You know, he doesn't even need the pads. He's just huge. He fills half the goal with his body alone. I mean, it's a tough shot to make for any.
He is the frame of SpongeBob SquarePants. Short, thick.
He is definitely rectangular.
Man after my own heart. As the Archers exchange, we have some pressure. Number 1 for the Archers trying to escape it as number 4 takes a bit of a lumberjack hack, but the refs let it slide. I will always take the side of the offensive player getting hacked because those hurt, and I got my fair share of boo-boos in my lacrosse career.
Well, they do hurt, but that's why we play. We kind of enjoy it, really. Oh
My goodness. Number 5 for the Archers, a strong right-handed player, gets to the left side of the defense, pump fakes the shot, gets everybody in split Croatia biting on it, which leaves him a sneaky low to high rocket just over the helmet of the goalie. One of the better goals I've seen this tournament.
Absolutely. That fake was incredible. It took out the entire defense. They were all looking the other way. No one knew what it was. And then the next thing they know, it's in the back of the net. What a goal.
Oh, my goodness. That was pretty. Sometimes as a commentator, you just have to sit back and say, wow, I wish I could do that. I can't because I'm fat and old. Good for him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can't see the camera, but if we could, I bet they sold the camera too.
And that goal actually tied it up. So we 3-3 here, which means every possession matters. Let's see who gets it off the faceoff. Number 2 for Munchen scoops the ball. What a ride. Good hustle from the Archers. Attack to get back down. However, number 2 shows composure as the Munchen lacrosse team settles in for an offensive possession.
Yeah, let's see if Munchen can make something of this now. They need to really settle it, get a high percentage play. They can't be going for the risky fees, passing through sticks. They need to slow it down, make something work, and yeah, look for that high percentage shot in the middle.
And it looks like they are setting up as number 21 gets ready for the dodge. Drops the ball, though. But I got to say, 21 is a crafty player. Even though that ball's on the ground, he's not going to let that rattle him. As they settle in for another attempt. Looks like we have number 11 dodging on 19. He goes to his right hand, gets above GLE, feeds to number 3 on the crease. Another good collapse from this Archers defense as the ride fails to get the ball out of number 3's stick. A little wild, a little tumbly-turvily, if that's even a word.
But, well, if it's not a word, it is now. But that player there did really well to take his time, turn back around, and just get the ball back. There's no sense just pushing forward through I mean, that was a quadruple team. There was 4 Munich players on him, so he did really well to just get back, keep the ball, and keep patient, and now they've still got the ball in the attack.
And that Munich offensive possession was interesting. They got a good look on the crease, but it's that second or third look that they've had success at. So look for them to potentially slow it down here. As a key turnover, again, this game is 3-3, so every possession matters. So that was a pretty costly turnover. And again, I'm going to attribute that to dehydration and lack of sleep and lack of sobriety from last night.
Yeah, I think we're all feeling that. I don't know about you. Even our commentators are slightly struggling here without a beer. So if anyone's out there, can you get me one? Oh my God!
As we see number 11.
All we need to do is just say beer, and someone hands us one. I think these chairs have got some magic in them.
I love it. I love it. Always good to have the commentators hydrated. Number 55 took a shot, went stick side high, but honestly a good look around his defenseman. Not many players can get that sidearm shot around their defenseman. So while it was a stick side high shot, which coaches generally frown upon, I'll say that was more deceptive than meets the eye, as the Archers get a chance to capture the lead, 3-3. This is why you play the game. This is the pageantry of the Dalmatian Cup. A tie game, who's going to be the hero? As we have number 5 coming out of the box, splitting right to his left hand. No one thought that he was going to shoot that, but I appreciate the fake. And looks like we have a timeout of... Oh, geez. What happened there? Did you see?
I didn't see it at all, but we've got a man down right in front of the crease, nowhere near the ball. So we've got no idea what happened. We'll see if the refs actually saw anything of this. They might be making a call. If it's been hit, there's surely some kind of off-the-ball interference.
Yeah, anytime someone goes down off the ball, you have to chalk that up to some kind of tomfoolery. But he's up and he's getting ready to play. Don't think the ref stopped the clock, so he can remain in the game. We'll try to get some more information on that. But ball still stands in the Archer's stick. As again, I was just explaining 3-3 game. Time for someone to step up and be a hero. Is it number 6, dodging right through the double team, switches it back to his left and scores. This is beautiful size differential, using it to your advantage.
Yeah, honestly, even if a slide had come, I think that'd be difficult to stop. That man is huge, and he was at full speed, running towards the cage. Even if you hit him, I think someone would go flying. And it was a great switch to the left hand, and still shooting stick high on the goalie. I think he really must have pulled a bit of deception there with his head close up that we couldn't see, because the goalie moved his stick way out of the way. I think most goalies would expect someone to go far side, so he was switching up, went near side, clean finish.
A good job keeping his bodily momentum going. When you have the size differential, that's one of the things that you want to do, as now the Archers have a 4-3 lead. 3 minutes left in the game. We have 3 minutes for Munchen to come back and tie this game up. Or conversely, the Archers take a 2-goal lead, which given the pace of this game could potentially be insurmountable.
Absolutely. I think if they get a 2-goal lead now, it's going to be tough to come back. But, oh, that is a cheap turnover from the Archers. And Munchen are coming forward. They really need to get back in this game with a goal soon. And they need a bit of a cushion.
Again, looked like a bit of a brain freeze right there, as that pass was directly to a Munchen player. And I got to say, let's see if Munchen can capitalize. They've gotten some good looks, however, they haven't been able to convert, and it's always that second and third look that seems to go in for them, not the first one. That's true of lacrosse, but particularly true as we see a left-to-left split from 21. He brings it back to his right-hand shot just outside. He is kicking himself for that one. Great opportunity.
Yeah, you got to say, that was a great chance, and the individual play was great, but it's not going to be solely individual play that might win this. They really need to work as a team, as a unit in the attack, and make that defense work harder, because we've not really seen many great chances from them so far.
And what's unfortunate about that possession, even though they backed it up, they looked for the skip pass and it went over his teammate's head, which means the Archers have gained possession as number 1 comes back. Number 15 steps in for a shot, just goes outside, just a bit outside. Remains Archer's ball. It is a running clock. The last 30, there's going to be a stop clock. I just got word on high authority. As we see Munchen put the pressure a little bit. And a very good double.
Yeah, it's really good. It's exactly what they need right now. There's not much time left. They need to ride hard. This is the time for them to push and go, and they have done that. They've got the ride, they've got the ball, and that is perfect defense from Munchen in this part of the game.
Again, one of the biggest impact players today has been number 21. Not only did he get the ground ball right there, but he's been an initiator as Munchen takes a timeout to strategize. What do you think is going to be going on in these huddles?
Oh, they've got to come up with some kind of play here, because there's not been much going on creatively in that Munchen attack. So hopefully they have got some kind of idea, some ace up their sleeve to pull out and get a goal to tie this game and keep them in it.
I'm hoping to see, even though there's short time, right? How much time is left?
50 seconds.
50 seconds. 50 seconds is more time than you think. You don't have to dodge and shoot it. That'll take about 4 seconds. Oh my goodness, we have a fresh beer coming right to us. Potentially life-saving beer. Cheers. Beer on tap, cold beer on tap. Imagine not being here. If you're not in Split, Croatia at the Dalmatian Cup, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but you better get here next year or I will fight you. That is a promise and a fact.
Oh, absolutely. This is my second year here, and it's been absolutely amazing both times. One of the best tournaments in Europe, a new tournament, and it's been absolutely fantastic both years. It is so worth coming. Even when we had a bit of rain yesterday, it was still a great lot of fun.
Let me give a shout out to Ryan Wallace, my old high school coach. Can you just tell us, what are people thinking when they don't come to Split, Croatia to be a part of the Dalmatian Cup?
To be honest with you, especially if you're talking Americans and an international audience, it's like a little bit of an untouched corner of the world, you know? I mean, like, it's like one of those unknown unknowns, like WMDs, you know what I'm talking about? You know, like, you don't know what you're missing until you know what you're missing. So everybody here has just got to let everybody know that first weekend of October, pretty good.
And we have pure electricity with 1 goal game. Number 21 takes it, misses it just left. Again, this is a 1 goal game. My guess is 30 seconds left. We have a 1 goal game. This is why we play the game. 16 dodges to his right, but the Archer's size too big, knocks him off of his feet.
Yeah, and we've got a big hit. 2-1, their star player is down, and there's a bit of afters as well. So there's going to be some calls here. Let's see what happens.
Looked like it was a loose ball push. We really hope that 21 is okay. Not only is he a good player, but I had the chance to talk to him in between games. He is a good person as well, which is far more important than anything he's done on the field. So right now we're just worried that he's going to be able to get up and continue to compete, have a good rest of his time here in Croatia. I'll tell you one thing, the way that he plays, you got to be tough. He's a quick, shifty player. He's not afraid of contact, but sometimes you just hope that nothing too serious just happened right there.
I mean, he loves getting involved in those ground balls, and those ground ball situations are always tough. You're going to get some big hits in there, and that's exactly what happened. He put his body on the line for the team, and I think they might just keep the ball here for it. So he's done very well. Give him a beer, he'll be okay.
Give him a beer, pump him a beer. Didn't look malicious at all. Just looked like it was, maybe he was going down for a ground ball, maybe some accidental hip contact to the head. But he's up, he's shaking it off, he's walking off under his own power. He's a hell of a player, ladies and gentlemen. Number 21 from Munchen. I got to go get his name. And keep in mind, number 55 is, I believe, the most recent goal scorer, so keep an eye on him, as it looks like we have about 25 to 30 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we play the game. As 16 takes it, dodges to his left, brings it back to his right, moves it to the top left side of the field. Number 7, that big left, he comes in, takes a shot, which is soaked by the defenseman. 8 seconds left. Are we going to see any fireworks? 8 seconds left. Number 3 takes it, moves it to X, just off of the top of his stick, goes into the keeper, and that should do it. Although, yeah, I figured that would be goaltender interference, and that is game, ladies and gentlemen, as the Archers win 4-3.
Yeah, you've got to say that's disappointing from Munchen. After that team talk, they had a real intensity in their attack, and it really looked like they were going to score, but we should have seen that all game. And that drop at the end was unfortunate, but that's what happens when you wait till the last minute and you're under pressure. But a great performance by both teams.
It was a great performance from both teams, and again, I'd just like to give a little bit of credit to both of these teams. Came out, played hard, probably under excruciating headaches and severe dehydration from how much fun everybody was having last night. Again, tournament organizer Ryan Wallace, as he's known, Cupcake in these parts, as he's known as Cupcake, put on an incredible event that showcases the talent out here. Again, coming from America, you never really know what to expect from European lacrosse. I got to say, I've been extremely impressed with the talent, and I feel like this was an awesome game to showcase 2 different styles of lacrosse. The big, brooding, heavy, tall, almost looking like an NFL tight end Archers versus a quick, shifty Munchen. Turns out Archers win with 1 goal.
Yeah, I have to say, as a European myself, I've been to plenty of European tournaments, and they're all similar and like this. They are all awesome. Lots of beers, lots of sunshine, lots of great lacrosse. And you get to really see a mix of teams and different styles, like you say. And it's always great fun. You can never fail to have fun at these European tournaments. That's why I'd recommend to anyone that's not been to one yet, you go to one and you will catch